Alright guys, this day's been 6 months in the making. It's building delivery day. So I ordered it in September and it's March, I guess it's the 19th today. And the building is finally on its way. Should be here momentarily on a big rig. The major problem is it's raining and it's real muddy on the construction site. As you can see, I just got the truck stuck yesterday moving this trailer around. But the reason why I have a trailer is because I have this badass 19-foot telehandler forklift, the Gale. It's pretty sweet. Maybe I'll go over how it operates just because it's kind of cool. But I moved the truck. I'm going to get him parked over in here, I guess. And I'm just going to put the building right here close to the construction site. I went and grabbed a bunch of blocks that I have stored in my block location, and hopefully I can stack up the building off the ground. Now, it kind of sucks that it's been raining for 2 days really hard, so everything is super wet and soft, and it really goes to show me that I need to really address that situation and get some better drainage and better ground cover. Anyway, I gotta move my truck before the big rig gets here, and I hope he doesn't get stuck because it's a slight possibility. All right, I like big toys, so I'll just show you this thing. It's the Gale RS5-19 Gen 3. So I rented this from Cook Rentals. It came with the trailer. A half-day rental is $410. So it's pretty cool. It of course, you got a gas and a brake. So this is your switch to control the forks, and this is forward, neutral, reverse. So boom, we'll put this guy in neutral to start him. Alrighty, starts up real nice. This here is your parking brake. This is like a high or low speed setting. And this is pretty badass. The rear wheels on this thing can either turn with or against the front wheels. So it can either like crab walk sideways, or it can turn like the opposite direction to make it really turn with a smaller radius. The only thing with that is, like, once you do that, you have to like make sure you get your back wheels straight again before you lock out that feature. And it's just a pretty neat little feature. But other than that, it's cool. You pull back on the handle that puts the forks up. Of course, forward is the forks down. Left brings it closer to you. Right makes them extend. And then this little thing here tilts the forks up and down. So yeah, it's pretty badass. I did operate a forklift for a stint in my early on in my younger days in a vinyl siding warehouse. So we had these 12-foot long, I believe, palletized, groups of vinyl siding, and we would move them all over a warehouse. So it was a standard forklift, but just something that never leaves you. It's like riding a bike, right? Anyway, this thing's pretty badass. I'm gonna have fun unloading the building today. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be work, and it's muddy and rainy, so it's not optimal conditions, but whatever. You have to enjoy this stuff a little bit, or else it wouldn't be worth doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm planning on having like a 3-day weekend, round up some buddies, rent this guy or his big brother again, just so we can get the major frame and heavy components up. And then we'll figure out later what we're going to do with all the siding and the roof and insulation, how that comes into play. But the task at hand today is to unload the building from the truck. The truck driver was real cool, called me, asked me, what was going on, and we discussed today and how it was going to work. And I just had him send me some pictures of how everything was boxed up on loaded up, strapped down on the truck, just so I could see it and kind of like mentally prepare for what it's going to look like and how I'm going to unload it. So fortunately, the thing is, everything is stacked with like the beams, and it's got like probably 4x4 blocks between them, so I can get the forks between them. And then I'm assuming I can just retain those 4x4 blocks and set them over here on these cinder blocks and then stack the building. We'll see how it goes. We're just gonna play it by ear and do whatever we have to do. I don't know what we're gonna do with the truck. I think he can just come in here, and if he stays to the right side, he should be good. I might have him look at it before he pulls in just to see what he's comfortable with. As far as turning around, I don't think he's gonna do that here. He's gonna have to back this thing up half a mile down the road. But that's why they pay him the big bucks. Okay, so I met up with the truck driver at the end of my street, and just because it's so muddy here and there's not really enough room to turn around, not involving the mud, we decided to have him do a K-turn at the end of the street, and he's gonna have to back the trailer back, over. There's a pretty big hill, and it's, probably close to half a mile. Maybe a third of a mile. So anyway, that was the best option, to just get it done and get it over with, because I figured that was the best, because either he was going to have to do that or drive forward and then back the whole way out. And I figured just with this, the way my parking lot is here, if we keep the tractor up on the more solid stuff, it's just a safer bet. So that's what we're going with. Well, there you have it. The building's unloaded. We only had one casualty where I kicked one of the supports off the truck. It's really hard when you're on the forklift and you're sitting below the deck and everything's above you and you're trying to reach something on the far edge of the truck. So if you don't have access to both sides of the flatbed trailer, then you just really can't see that other side too well. So when I put my forks underneath the one in front of it, I didn't realize I hit the one all the way on the far end, and I kicked him off the side of the truck. No big deal. We landed in mud and wood, so it's a nice soft landing, and it's steel, man. It's supposed to be strong to be able to take it. Just a couple things. The hardest one is like the way they packed it. I mean, they did a good job, and the only thing that sucked is they used these 2x4s, and it really wasn't high enough at times to be able to like easily get the forks between there, and it looks different from this angle.
but just trying to go on the ground. So when you're trying to pick up the stuff that's stacked, of course you don't want to drag your forks across the finished metal. And this is the roof with the galvalume, and then this is the ash gray. That's the walls right there. And then over here is the charcoal trim. So I believe these are like gutters or trim pieces of some sort. So that's that color. We got galvanized, all the secondaries are galvanized. So that was one of the kind of like an upgrade feature that Olympia only does, galvanized, and the primaries are primered in gray. And that, to me, that looks better than the red iron building that you might be used to. So I talked to them, and they said, like, on a building of my size, like, galvanizing is like $1,000. So I got the building here, I stacked it. All this wood that's between here is wood that how it came on the truck packaged, and you're allowed to keep that. And then I just have it all set up on blocks, just to keep it out of the mud. Anyway, it was a pretty simple, straightforward process. The truck driver was awesome. He helped me out after he ate his lunch. And of course I gave him a tip so that he could get a nice steak dinner tonight, just for helping me out. So if you're doing it, it's going to be really beneficial. If I were to do this again, I'd call every friend I knew. It's Friday, so everyone's probably working. But I would find someone who was off that could come and help me for... it would have really cut down the time, because I could have just had, even if they're just being a spotter, and then like whenever you're unloading this stuff, these things are surprisingly light. These are the main beams, and I can pick up one end and slide it, and then pick up the other end and slide it. So just having one or two people there to help you out would really speed up the process. So if you're renting the forklift like this, like I am, and you're not planning on keeping it for a week, and you're trying to do like a half-day rental or something to save $50 to $100, well, then it makes sense to just get people and do it faster so you can return it. I was trying to do a half-day rental on this. I'm not going to get it back in time, so they'll probably charge me full day, but that's okay, because that was $410. So I think it's only another $50 to have it for a full day versus the half day. So then I got these 3 extra boxes, which I'm assuming is like all the hardware and maybe some more trim. You can see you got your cables and stuff. Yeah, I figured I'd just give you an update, like just so everyone knows what happens on the day your building arrives. Like I said before, I'm probably going to wait about a month. The way I had this schedule, typically you would schedule to have your building arrive, and just like when you rent your forklift, you just keep it for a week or two, however long it takes you to get up all your primary stuff, or at least, and then you save at least $300 on not having to get a second rental, if that makes sense. It didn't work out for me when they call you and you schedule the delivery date a month or two ahead of time, and then I didn't have my concrete done, but I thought it was going to be done. So I was thinking that I would be able to start assembling the building the day that it arrived, or that weekend. That wasn't the case, but that's okay. You got to budget in a little bit of extra time and money for things like this that happen, because I'm sure this isn't the last time that the plan that I have isn't going to work out the way I want it to. No big deal. All right, that's it for now. I think you get the point. That's what building delivery day is all about. So it's here. Now we just got to wait out for the concrete to cure.